Hello everyone, it's the Frantic Seamstress with another sewing tutorial. Today we'll be making a fitted t-shirt for Smartdoll and Dollfie Dream. Download your free pattern at franticseamstress.com. The t-shirt sewing pattern comes with options for both short sleeves and long sleeves. It works best with fabrics that have a medium to high amount of stretch. You will need to cut one front piece, two back pieces, one regular and one mirrored, and two sleeves. You must have the stretchiest part of the fabric go across the shirt as indicated by the grain lines on the pattern. You will also need to cut a piece of fabric for the neck binding. This should be approximately 11.5 inches long and 1.25 inches wide. Make sure the stretchiest part of the fabric goes along the length of the strip. Place the back shirt pieces onto the front shirt piece, matching the shoulder seams. Ensure that the good sides of the fabric are facing each other. Pin the shoulder seams together. Using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, stitch and serge across the shoulder seams. I've used a contrasting blue thread so you can see the seam better. Fold the neckband in half so the good side of the fabric stays on the outside. Pin down the entire length of the strap and iron to keep in place. Open the body of the shirt so the good side of the fabric is facing up. Place the raw edge of the neckband onto the raw edge of the neckline. Let the band extend approximately 1 inch past the shirt. You will have more band than you need. Pin the band across the neckline, tugging gently on the band so it is slightly snugger than the actual t-shirt. This process can take some practice, as each fabric will react differently. If you pull too tight, the front of the shirt will be puckered. If you don't pull tight enough, the front of the shirt will gape open. This will take practice, so keep trying. Stitch and serge along the neckline. It's always a good idea to check your stitching first before you serge to ensure you like how the band is sitting on the t-shirt. Next, use a pressing mitt or a tailor's ham to iron down the collar. You want to press the seam allowance down towards the shirt. The shape of the pressing ham allows you to keep a nice curve on the neckline, which is difficult to do on a flat surface. Cut the extra neckband away so it lines up with the back seam. You can also place a decorative stitch around the collar approximately 1/8 inch away from the collar seam on the shirt. Serge the bottom edge of both sleeves. Turn the hem up approximately 3/8 of an inch, pin and sew. This is a good time to press the hem and get a nice clean edge. With good sides of the fabric facing, place the upper edge of the sleeve into the armhole of the shirt. Start by matching the side seams and slowly work the sleeve all the way around the armhole. You may need to stretch the armhole slightly to make it fit. This can take a little practice to evenly distribute the sleeve across the armhole. Keep making adjustments until it's nice and smooth. Stitch and serge both sleeves into the armholes of the shirt. Fold the back shirt pieces down onto the front shirt pieces with good sides facing. Line up the side seams, starting at the top of the sleeve, working all the way down the shirt. Pin both sides of the shirt this way. Sew and serge each side seam. Serge across the bottom hem of the shirt. Turn up the bottom hem 1/2 inch. Pin all the way across the bottom of the shirt and stitch down. Iron the hem to give it a nice crisp edge. There are a few different ways to finish the back of the shirt. If you have particularly stretchy fabric that returns to shape once pulled, you do not need a closure at all. You can slide the shirt up from the bottom of the doll and it will fit. For no closures, place the back seams of the shirt together with the good sides facing in. Pin down the seam, sew and serge. Use a large-eyed needle, sometimes called a tapestry or a darning needle, to thread the ends of the serging onto. Use the needle to draw the serging ends back through the seam and trim. Do this wherever you have loose serging threads. Turn your shirt right side out and you're all done. If your fabric is not stretchy enough, you will need to add a back closure to the shirt. For this option, serge each back seam separately. Next, take the loop side of a narrow piece of Velcro and pin it onto the back seam of your shirt, right side up. Stitch down the center of the Velcro to attach it to the shirt. Trim the extra Velcro from the bottom and top edges. Fold the Velcro towards the back side, pin and stitch down. On the other side of the shirt, place the hook side of the Velcro along the edge of the back seam. Ensure that you are placing it on the good side of the fabric. This is very difficult to pin, so I prefer to lay it on the fabric and sew without pinning. You need to be very careful to make sure the length of the hook Velcro matches the length of your hoop Velcro. Trim the excess Velcro from the back and you're all done.